Hey, my Pilates people, welcome to my channel, Connect and Move. My name is Jessica. Today, reformer with weights. Let me just tell you, we will feel things today, okay? We will 100% feel things. It is gonna be full body, and we are only gonna be lying down at the end of class. So a lot of standing, kneeling, a lot of upright stuff, working on balance, of course. Three things that you're gonna need: a set of light weights, a set of heavy weights. For me, I have a set of 3-pound dumbbells, finally got myself a set, and a set of 10-pound dumbbells. Now, you know that you can use one set of weights, you could use no weights, right? You have lots of options. The other thing that you're gonna need is your box. We're gonna start with it set up in this position. So I have mine onto the floor. It's to the right of my carriage. If I was seated on my carriage, right? It's to the right on the floor, and it's in line with the edge of my carriage, or like my shoulder blocks area. Now, if you have a really low reformer, you will still need your box, but just not on the floor, right? You'd probably just be kneeling on the floor doing this next move, or the one move we're gonna do. So weights, box, we're gonna start on one medium spring. So for my balanced body people, that is a red spring. We're gonna be moving quickly today, so not as much time for setup. So please, please, please honor your body and adjust your springs and yourself accordingly, okay? So once you have all of these things, we're actually gonna start seated right here with your feet on the box or on the floor, whatever you have, and we're gonna get moving. All right, so once you're seated with your feet on your box or on the floor, you're gonna have your legs zipped up together, and you're gonna have your light weights in your hands. So I'm gonna start with my palms facing in towards one another, and I'm gonna sit up tall, and I'm just gonna find that long line. I'm gonna find some grounding down through my feet, and I'm gonna stay level on my hips, meaning I'm not gonna sway forward and back, and now just raise the arms up and down. That's it. We're gonna raise the arms up and down. And I want you to find that opposition out through your fist, back through your ribs. Staying tall, not letting the weight sway you forward or back. Now, go ahead and raise the arms up to your working angle. Keep the reach out through your fist and start to roll yourself back. Keep grounding down through your feet. You take it as far back as you want. It's still early. And now limit the movement of the pelvis for as long as you can as you roll yourself all the way up. If you're not already up there, let's do that again. Roll yourself back. Legs stay hugging together. Think pubic bone to navel the entire time. Roll yourself all the way up. We're gonna add on with some arms. So roll yourself back. And as you stack up tall now, can you raise the arms up, keeping the sides of your neck long? And now lower the arms back down, roll yourself back, round back, and then come all the way up. Arms come up, arms come down. We roll back. Keep working that space between hands and chest. Come all the way up, arms come up, arms come down, roll back. Now find that half roll back, 3/4 roll back, whatever, and still think of your pubic bone going back to your navel and your upper abs pulling back away from your hands. Now, can you take your right arm out to the side a little bit and then pull it back in? Left arm goes out to the side. We stay square and then hug it back in. I've got a soft bend to my elbows. You want to keep the arms straight, you do you. But your body, your legs, your hips, your torso stay square as the arm goes out. Ooh, equal weight down through your hips. Can we do one more each side? How are those arms feeling? Oh yeah. Out, arm comes in, and then roll yourself up. Go ahead and lower the arms down. Just take a moment, turn your head from right to left, turn back to center. Okay, arms come back up. We roll back, back, back. Pause right here or at your challenge point. Can you float your right arm up? And then lower it down. Nothing else moves. Left arm up and down. As your arm comes up, think of that armpit showing off to the wall in front of you and really creating space in your back, because we're gonna do this kneeling later. Let's do 3 and 2. I lied, we have to do 2 more because I have to even myself out. So there's 2. Last one. Arm comes down, roll yourself all the way up, and lower the arms down. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the weight that's in my left hand. It's just gonna go off here to the side, okay? So I'm gonna still reach both arms forward, still creating space between chest and hands. Roll yourself back, back, back. Find that challenge point. You're gonna keep your left leg down, float your right leg up into tabletop, and then just tap it back down. Float it up and down. So we're working this deep hollowing out of the abdominals, the pull of the organs back into the low back. Okay, now float the leg up to your tabletop here. Take your left hand, grab onto the outside of your right leg. I'm now gonna twist. My right arm is gonna reach back, nothing else moves, and then come back to center. Meaning my legs and hips don't move, but my upper body does. So something does move. And then come back to center. That arm is just like a door hinge. Open, 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 and back to center. Oh, this feels good, but my arm feels like it's gonna fall off. We twist, neck is long, pull the ribs in, and back to center. Do we have one more? We do. We twist, 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 come back to center, let go of that leg. Arms reach forward. Can you straighten the right leg out? Can we lower it and lift it? Can we lower it and lift it? Now as the leg lowers, can our arms raise up and then back down? Kind of channeling that teaser work that we've done this month. Leg lowers, arms lift. Keep that pull back through your upper abs. Whoo, how's that right arm? For 2, how those abs? Last one. Ho ho, arm comes down, leg all the way up, lower the arm. Okay, wait, set it down. Let's see if I can remember it all on this side. So, all right, so both arms reach forward. We roll back, find that challenge point, staying square through your body. And now that left leg, can we float it up and then down? So that pelvis stays wheeling back like you were trying to get your waistband into the mat if it's not already. And of course, your arms are reaching away from your chest. So finding that strong protraction. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Now we take the right hand on the outside of that leg. I'm gonna push into that leg, but keeping the leg still. I'm now gonna rotate to the left. Ooh, this side feels harder. And then back to center. Legs don't move. Take a quick peek at them every now and then. Make sure they're not moving. And then back to center. Wow. We twist, neckline stays open, and back to center. The twist feels good, but my goodness, definitely more challenging. You got it. Stretch back, go back. You left something in the back seat of the car. Can we do 2 more? I think we can. Reach back, back to center. Last one. Think of those front ribs into back ribs. Come back to center, pause here. Both arms reach forward. Reconnect anything if you lost it. Straighten out your left leg. We lower it and lift it. You're only working to your range where you can hold the stability of your spine and pelvis. Now as the leg lowers, can the arms lift? Leg lifts, arms lowers. Is that what I did on the other side? I hope so. If not, sorry. You got this. Keep drawing in through your upper abs. For 3, hang in there. 2, and last one. Lower the foot down, roll yourself all the way up, and now drop that heavy arm and that heavy weight down. I actually think we're done with these, so we can put them off to the side. Make sure we're not gonna trip over them. And now we're gonna come kneeling on your box. So the reformer is to my right. Alrighty, so I'm gonna come in this quadruped position here, and my knees and shins are about hip socket distance apart. I'm gonna first start by finding that lift of my chest up away from the box, so I'm finding strong protraction. Now I'm gonna take my right hand onto the shoulder block, and I'm just gonna push it out to straighten the arm, and then glide it back in. So already with this spring, I'm feeling like my hips wanna twist, and I wanna shift weight over to the left. So maybe think about shifting weight over to the right. And as I'm doing this bend and extend, think of the elbow going wide and away from your spine the entire time. Let's do 2 And last one, hold here with the arms straight. You're gonna keep your left hand down to start. Can we now just lean forward, lean forward, lean forward? So obviously my hips come forward and then my hips kind of come back. I bend the elbow wide, okay? It's a heavy spring, so we really gotta lean into it. My back stays flat, my ribs stay up in my back. Arm goes straight. I'm gonna lean, 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 and then come all the way back, elbows bend. Think of that right armpit really shining down to the floor so we keep the space in your back. We glide forward. All this is your long stretch, y'all. Come back, elbows bend, elbow bend. Now, could you get really light in your left hand? Maybe it comes around your waist. Can we straighten the right arm out? Can we now lean forward, lean forward, lean forward, and then come back, elbow bends. Ooh, this is fun. Arm goes straight, lean forward, and then back. We got this, all right? Stay square in your hips. Shins are pushing down into whatever box you have there. And then back. Last one here. We got this. How's that tricep doing? Lean, lean, lean. Ooh, and then come all the way back in. Nice work, y'all. All right, so let's now come standing on your carriage. Make sure you have your heavy weights accessible, meaning we're gonna be lunging facing our foot bar, so have them somewhere where you can grab them, because we're gonna do a couple test runs before we lunge. Now, if at any point you were like, good Lord, I don't like this, you can always lunge with your foot on the box and one foot on the shoulder block. Otherwise, my right foot is going to come onto that platform in front of me. I'm gonna drive my shin up against that foot bar. I'm gonna step my left toes, left balls of the foot at the edge of the carriage. So my toes are hanging off. Okay, so I'm just gonna straighten that back leg, go into my lunge and pause. All right, here's where we're kind of testing the waters. We're testing the spring. Now, my front heel is lifted, especially if you have a narrow platform here. So it's gonna, think of it just staying a little light, okay? Now, right hip spirals back, left hip spirals forward. Keep your shin connected to the foot bar and then come all the way up. We got it. Hands can be anywhere for now. And then maybe start to add a little hinge forward as you go back into your lunge. Now, if you're taking the option on the box, you're thinking of your knee staying over the center of your foot, especially as you come back into your lunge. It might kind of glide back a little bit as you come up to standing. Now, I want you to go down into your lunge. Can you grab your weights? All right, so I'm kind of hanging on to the ends of my dumbbells, so that can make them feel a little bit heavier. It's an option. So in my lunge now, I'm gonna let those weights kind of pull myself forward and down. So I'm leaning forward. And then as I bring the carriage in, I'm gonna do a bicep curl and then punch up to the sky. Elbows are gonna bend, arms come down. I'm gonna hinge forward, think belly and ribs off your thigh as you come forward. And then we lift right back up. Think both legs working here, because otherwise that front right leg is gonna tire out real quick. Nice broad chest. Think of both heels staying still in space. Let's do 2. Think of that right hip really pulling the carriage in. We have one more. That might have been 3. Y'all know we can't count. And up. Oh, my leg. Okay, now come out to your lunge. Come out into your lunge and pause here. Get yourself sorted. Turn your palms facing forward. Can you give me some bicep curls? You can be upright. You can be leaning forward. It's whichever one that leg can handle. Now, as you curl your biceps, can you bend the back knee? And then straighten the arm, straighten the leg. We bicep curl, back knee bends, and then straightens. Whoa! So right leg is super stable here. Right hip is stable. You got this. All 10 fingers are wrapping around those dumbbells. Let's do 3. Hang in there. And 2. And 1. Now go out into your lunge, hold here. Can we lower down a couple inches, up a couple inches, down a couple inches, up a couple inches. We got this. Shake out your neck, shake out your shoulders. Let's do 3 and 2. How's that leg feeling? Last one. Woo, come all the way up, 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 up. Okay, holy cannoli. We come back to standing. Place the weights somewhere where you can easily grab them. Okay, we gotta do the other side. So I'm gonna hook my right foot around that front edge. Left foot comes forward. And I'm hip socket distance. All 10 toes are pointing forward. Shin up against the foot bar. Press the carriage back. Go for that lunge. And hold. Check your boxes. Left hip back, right hip forward, front ribs to back ribs. And then we just come all the way up. So I like to do this without the weights because it's like, okay, let me check some boxes. Let me check my balance. Let's see what adjustments I have to make with my feet, my legs, my torso, all the things. Now, let's go ahead, grab your weights if you haven't already. Alrighty, we go back, find that lunge. Think of both heels being slightly lifted. And then as we bring it in, we bicep curl and then punch up. Really think of that left hip, left butt cheek, left butt crease. That's what's working to pull the carriage back in. Neckline stays long. Ho, ho, ho. An equal weight down through the balls of your feet. My balance is definitely a little shakier on this side. Not talking as much. I'm focusing. We got this, we got this. Can we do 3 more? Head to tail length. It's okay to round a little bit as you come forward. And I'm only saying that because sometimes when we extend, we just go into that back as opposed to being in the hips. All right, come down into your lunge and pause. Can we flip the palms facing forward? Bicep curl here. So hold your lunge just for a few of these. And I guess you could hold your lunge if you wanted, or we could add in that scooter of the knee in and then back out. Buddha, I think you're making this heavier now, but I'm glad you're in the video. It just seems like you've been absent for so long. I've missed you. Really think of squeezing the biceps at the top. Let's do 4. Front leg is stable, y'all. 3. Wow. 2. And 1. Now find your lunge. Back heel is lifted. Oh, can we go down 1 inch and up 1 inch? Can we go down 2 inches, up 1 inch? Can we go down 3 inches, up 1 inch? I'm just trying to emphasize the going deeper into these pulses rather than pulsing up. Woo. If you want more booty, you hinge more forward. Again, think right hip spirals forward, left hip spirals back. Check your neck, check your shoulders. Can we do 4? Yes, we can. 3 and 2. And 1, bring it all the way in, all the way in, all the way in. Holy cannoli. Let's place those weights down. Okay, let's just give yourself a quick stretch. So take your right foot forward again, and then your left foot is back here. Okay, I just want you to press the carriage out. Forgive me, place your left toes up against the edge there again. We're gonna keep the legs straight. Your front shin will pull away from that foot bar. Press the carriage out to wherever you can. Drop your head, drop that right hip, and then pull the carriage in. If it's too much resistance or it's limiting you, you slide the foot back. All right, so press it back, go into kind of a front split, and then pull the carriage in. Couple more. Just working a stretch somewhere. Right, here's some of that teaser work that we've been doing this month if you're following that series. And then go ahead and switch sides. Oof, this side's way tighter. And even here in this position, you're still thinking of the left hip going back, right hip going forward, and you're just breathing into those tight places. Keep relaxing the head, relaxing the neck. A couple more here. All right, let's go ahead and bring it all the way in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and step off, and we are going to place our box on short ways, but I want you to place it between your shoulder blocks and your pegs. And then make sure that you still have access to your straps here. So we're gonna place another spring on, so that's 2 mediums for everybody else, 2 reds for my balanced body people. I'm gonna come up kneeling. Okay, and when I say kneeling, I'm gonna place my knees up against the box here. So I'm kind of in between, I'm in this like nice soft place. I'm not in a place where it's uncomfortable. Okie dokie. You could do this seated on the box. You could do it kneeling actually on the carriage, all right? So my left hand is down. My feet and shins are about hip socket distance apart. This is a pretty substantial spring. I want it to be here. So I'm gonna choke up onto my strap here, onto my rope. My back is nice and flat. And now I'm gonna row and pause and hold 2, 3, and then slowly let the arm come forward. I'm gonna choke up a little bit more. I'm gonna row. It's a narrow, low row. So hold 2, 3, and then guide back out. I guess if you did not want to place your hand down, you don't have to. So make sure when you go for that row, you're sticking it and you're holding it. I like to think of any row, any low row that I do, it's a bent elbow chest expansion. That's it. Let's do 2. And last one, let's add a little rotation into this. So as my arm comes forward, I'm gonna allow my body to twist a little bit to the left, and then I'm gonna row back to center. Arm comes forward. I'm gonna twist a little bit, and then back to center. How them legs feeling? I liked this one because it was really sneaky on the legs. Reach, 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 and then back. Couple more here. Whoo. We twist, we reach, 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 and row. Okay, let's go ahead now, hang up that strap. Before we go to the other side, right, we're gonna place our right toes up onto the foot bar. Now, some people like to do this on their hands. I'm gonna come down to my forearms. It's nicer, I feel better here. So let's just go ahead and press the carriage out to straight leg. Hold right here. Okay, so try to get light in that front knee. My ribs are lifted up off the box. Bend your back knee and then press it right back out. So I want everybody to think of that right hip lowering down because it really wants to pop up. Now press the carriage out and hold here, okay? So think of belly lifting up, heel lifting up high, and now let's flex that back heel and then point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. 2 more. Now keep the toe pointed, bend your knee, bring it in, press it out and hold. Bend the knee back in, press it out and hold. So make these last few here a little bit more explosive and back in. And try to limit any slinking or like shifting or rocking of the carriage as you go out. Whoo, let's do 3. And 2. And last one, go ahead and bring it all the way in. Okay, let's take the knee down. Get yourself sorted. Come up onto that right hand. We choke up onto that left strap. I'm gonna start by staying square, and my weight is more back into my feet so that hopefully I'm not like all up in my knees here. All right, my palm is facing in. I'm gonna do that low row. Hold, hold, and then glide back out. And again, if you don't need to take your hand down, Maybe you're more upright. You don't have to, right? As that elbow goes back, I'm thinking of my left chest going forward a little bit. And I know it's tempting for the gaze to be down, but have it slightly up, just a little bit. Ooh. Let's do 2. Find that armpit, shoulder blade area. Last one. Now let's add in that rotation. So as the strap pulls me forward, I'm gonna twist to the right a little bit, and then I pull back to square. Arm comes forward, I twist a little bit, do whatever you'd like with that right hand, and then back to center. I'm gonna twist, left hip goes back as the ribs go forward, and pull and hold. Think of your head lengthening away from your hips and vice versa. Ooh, those legs are starting to fire up. Let's do 2. And last one. Awesome sauce. Okay, hang up that strap. Find that arm placement that works for you. And now just go ahead and press it out and hold. Get yourself sorted here. Left hip is dropped, bend the back knee, and press it out. So we're trying to keep that front knee, your right knee, kind of relaxed-ish. And you're pushing equally through the balls of your feet. Again, sides of the neck are nice and long. All right, now go ahead and press it out and hold. Again, think of head to tail length, ribs are lifting up. Let's just do that flex and point here. So, shoulder girdle stays stable right now. The thing that's moving the carriage is that back ankle. It's not your forearms pushing into the box to push the carriage forward. Let's do 3 and 2. And last one, hold here. Can all of you lift your sternum up away from the box a little bit more? Keep the back heel lifted. Bend the knee, press it out, explode. Bend the knee, press it out, explode. Oh my goodness. And here, I'm really feeling that left thigh talking to me. Keep that left kneecap pointing down. 3, we got this. And 2, and the last one, bend the knee, bring it all the way in. Okay, let's take a quick moment, shake it out. So let's now take your box and just place it in front of your shoulder blocks, kind of how we normally do it, still centered on your carriage. We're gonna stay on the same springs that we're on, and we're now gonna come lying on the box to where your pelvis is somewhat centered here. I say somewhat. Just come to a place where you don't feel like you're digging into your stomach and that you just feel somewhat supported. My legs are hooked underneath the foot bar. And also too, you've got a somewhat comfortable place with your feet or your ankles, calves on the foot bar. Now, the closer your legs are together, the harder this is gonna be. The further apart, the easier it is gonna be on your low back. So find your place here. And let's just go ahead and drape your body over the box and down. Now, I want you to think of your tailbone going long and your pubic bone reaching into the box. Not my favorite cue, but it might feel like you're humping the box a little bit. Now, when you're doing that, I want you to feel the energy out through your legs and the lift up into the foot bar. Now, just keep your hands onto the frame and just lift and press yourself up. So let your arms help you a little bit and just see if you can find that lift up through the base of the ribs as if you were doing a plank, because we kind of are. And then just lower everything back down. Let's do that again. We rise up. You can come up into extension. You can come into a flat back. It's totally up to you. And then lower all the way back down. Again, we come up. Now, I want you to find a place where you feel like, okay, I could stay here, right? I'm not in my back. Now, could you take your right arm out to the side? Get level in your hips. Feel the strong energy in those legs. Can you take your left arm out and hold? Hold, hold. Take your right arm down and hold it here. Make that left arm longer, get level in your hips. Take the hand down and just lower everything all the way down. Okay, come right back up. Find your head to tail length. Think of your abdomen lifting up away from the floor. All right, take your left arm out. Make your right leg longer. Take your right arm out. We hold, hold, hold. Take the hands down, lower everything down. Are we feeling things? I don't know about you, but I can feel my booty shaking right now. I'm shaking in my boots, y'all. Okay, press yourself up. Okie dokie. Can we just go ahead and take both arms out? Hold it right here. Can we now rotate to the left a little bit? And then back to center. Hips stay grounded. Rotate to the right. Open up your wingspan, y'all. And then back to center. Think of spiraling forward. So like through your risers, away from the box. Woo, stuffing things and stuffing things, y'all. Maybe relax the neck here. One more to each side. We twist, we reach out through the fingertips back to center. Find your upper back muscles. Keep lifting up through the ribs. Center, take the hands down. Oh, relax those legs. Shimmy yourself back, oh so gracefully. And then just give yourself a quick cat-cow. Let's pop off a spring. So we're now left with one medium spring. My toes or my balls of my feet are on that platform behind me and I'm on my forearms. My entire fist, forearm, and elbow are onto the box. I'm going to make fist with your hands, y'all. Super important, okay? So my palms are facing in. I'm driving ice picks into the box. Lift your chest, lift your sternum, hover the knees, go right out to your plank and pause. All right, so my elbows are underneath my shoulders. At least that's what I'm trying for. Now I want you to get more weight into your fists than your elbows. Really drive the pinky side of your hand down into the box, y'all. Gaze stays forward. Bend your knees, bring the carriage in, and press it out. Bend the knees, bring it in, and press it out. As you come in, think of the knees rocking up towards your stomach. They go up towards the chest. Keep more weight into your fists than your elbows, y'all. Let's do 3 and 2 and last one. Woo, bring it in, lower the knees down. Shake it out. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, today. Okay, so a couple more things. Why not? Come down to your forearms. If you can't tell, I had kind of a loose plan for today. I'm enjoying things. I hope you are too. So fists are down. Gaze, head rest, things, stuff. Lift your knees, press it out. All right, we're gonna try to keep this carriage pretty stable. Bring your right knee in towards the box. Try to touch the box. Drive the knee into the box. Push into the box and then step it back. Left knee into the box. Lift the belly, lift the ribs, maybe even drop your head and then press it back. Knee into the box, push it into the box and back. Left knee in, lift the belly, lift the ribs, y'all, and out. You got this. Fists into the box. Let's do 3 and 2. Wow. Last one. Step it back, knees bend, lower down. Okay, y'all. We still have that other thing that we have to do, kneeling on the box. I haven't forgotten. Okay, let's come off. It's like a kneeling long stretch. Let's finish strong, y'all. So box down. If at any point you felt like you were too close, too far, you guys know, adjust. Okay, so kneeling on the box. In this quadruped position, keep your right hand down to start. Your chest is gonna stay square to the floor. So quick setup here with your elbow bent. Think of that elbow and back of the arm reaching away and feel how that creates space in your back. Keep that and now straighten the arm and then resist back in. So all this is, y'all, is your shave arms. All right, and your pec lat stretch on your push through bar with for my teachers out there. There you go, Buddha. Right as I'm moving the carriage. Hello, my baby boy. And then think of that left armpit kind of shining down to the floor the whole time. time. Now, go ahead and press it out. Can you keep the arms straight as we just lean forward? Keep lifting up through the base of the ribs. And then we glide back, elbow bends. We press it out. we glide out, and then come back in, elbow bends. Now you know where this is going, so can you already start to lighten off that right hand a little bit? And back in. This is a lot of shoulder, a lot of serratus, a lot of going on. All right, when you're ready, that hand can come off and then back in. Ooh, this side feels harder. Glide out, and back in. Ooh, so good, so good. Arm out, glide out, equal push through your shins, y'all. And then back in. Gaze is down but forward. Let's do 2 more. And back in, last one. Press it out. Keep lifting up through the ribs, up through the chest, and then glide it back in, elbow bends. Y'all, let's finish with some feet and straps. I never finish with feet and straps. Let's do it. So I'm gonna place that 1 medium spring back on. So that's 2 reds for my balanced body. And you can put your headrest up. We might put it down at some point, but if you want your headrest up, you can put it up. So Buddha, do you mind? Do you mind, my sweet boy? We're gonna lie down on your back. Thank you, my good sir. Make sure you're centered. Let's take your feet into the short loops. So make sure your heels are closer, or sorry, your straps are closer to your heels than your toes, but still on the arches. Arms are long and heavy into the mat. Now, with your knees bent into your chest, heels together, toes apart, I just want you to feel this kind of settling of the back into the mat and just the kind of relaxing of any tension that you might have anywhere. Okay, arms are just long down by your side. Reconnect the heels if you lost it. I want you to keep this long imprint of your spine, and now press the legs out to that working angle and then glide the knees right back in. Tailbone gets heavier. Press the legs out, ribs stay heavy, and then bend the knees right back in. Press it out, you reach, 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 and then bend back in. Now press the legs out to that working angle. Let's find parallel with the legs. Float the legs up, not quite to 90, maybe to like 80-ish degrees. And now turn your legs in. So find internal rotation. Think of your big toes touching and your kneecaps looking at one another. Now, can you just open the legs wide without moving the carriage? And then bring the legs back together. So they kind of draw this arc because we're not letting the carriage move. And I know it feels weird because our legs don't want to be in internal rotation as the legs go wide, but oh, it's so good for the hips. Couple more here. Keep working kneecaps, looking at one another. Last one. Next time, bring the legs out wide and now find external rotation and start to bring the legs together at the bottom and then float the legs up to your working angle. And now find internal rotation. We open the legs wide. We find external rotation. They kind of circle around, down, and up through center. Internal rotation, we push out wide. They rotate. So we're in our leg circles or our capital letter Ds, just finding a really big stirring in the hip socket. And I don't know about you, but my legs are kind of shaking right now. So let's reverse it. Lower the legs down through center. You find external rotation as you go out wide, and then they kind of swirl around, big toes touch at the top. They lower down again through center. Now, of course, if any reason this is like you do not like this, right, you don't have to do it. Maybe you just stay in external rotation. Maybe you stay in parallel. But I can definitely tell you my left hip is more stubborn than that right hip. It just doesn't want to rotate like the other one. Do one more circle here. Okay, so let's now go ahead, bend the knees in towards your shoulders again. You can grab onto the straps wherever and just straighten your right leg out. Just straighten it out. Really push into that left knee or thigh. And then just relax into this stretch. And then go ahead and bend the knee in, straighten the left leg out. We push into the right knee, right thigh, and just get some type of stretch somewhere. All right, we exhale, bend the knee in. Let's go ahead and take the straps off, y'all. We are done for today. This was fun. I enjoyed this one. I needed something a little bit spicier today. So if you're enjoying my content, my videos, if you enjoyed today's session, please like this video, share it with your friends, share it with your teacher friends if you are a teacher, and subscribe if you're not already. Again, I appreciate you being here and I hope to see you again. Thanks, y'all.